A great rabbi once said long ago, the Jewish people came to the conclusion that to defend a country you need an army, but to defend a civilization you need schools. The single most important social institution is the place where we hand our values to the next generation, where we tell our children where we've come from, what ideals we fought for, and what we learned on the way. Schools are where we make children our partners in the long and open-ended task of making our world a place of goodness and kindness. In 1956, Beth Rivkah Academy of Montreal was founded by the Rebbe as part of a network of Beth Rivkah schools around the world. It is dedicated to educating Jewish girls regardless of their religious affiliation or economic background, in an atmosphere of Torah and Hasidus, steeped in the Rebbe's teachings. In Beth Rivkah, no girl is ever left behind. Over the years, Beth Rivkah's graduates have entered the adult world as confident young women with strong moral values and a clear sense of their identity. They have become the foundations of Jewish homes and actively disseminate grace and Torah values in their communities in the four corners of the world. From its humble beginnings of one room with one teacher and a few girls in each corner of the room representing different grades, Beth Rivkah has grown into one of the finest Jewish day schools in North America. In the early years, the school was located within the Jewish community in the East End of Montreal and moved often as more girls enrolled. In 1965, with the community slowly moving west, a plot of land was purchased on Vizina from Westbury to Lemieux, the full length of the block that would become Beth Rivkah. Once Beth Rivkah was constructed, commitment to the school was fierce and money was scarce. Parents did whatever was necessary to keep the school afloat. Although classes were small, sometimes 2 students per class, the school went from kindergarten through high school, all on the second floor. The basement was a large empty shell, devoid of water and electricity. In 1973, Rabbi Minkowitz became principal of Beth Rivkah. Money was still scarce. Items that we take for granted today, like paper, toys, and pens, were in short supply. By 1999, there was not sufficient space for all the classrooms necessary for the growing school. The offices were cramped, the garderie needed more classrooms, there was no proper computer room, and the resource room had to be divided into 4 sections. A 3rd floor became a necessity and became a reality. What makes Beth Rivkah so unique? Spirit. Nowhere will you find more spirit than a Beth Rivkah Chai Elul breakfasts, Rosh Chodesh Kislev and Yutes Kislev Seudas, Hanukkah carnivals, Yud Shvat Mitzrayim, Shabbatons, and productions. Together, Rabbi and Mrs. Minkowitz have bestowed over 80 years of love and dedication and devotion to their beloved school. People wonder, how do they do it year after year? The answer comes from the Rebbe. When one is connected above, one does not fall below. Nurturing and developing young minds, steeping them in Torah and the Rebbe's teachings, is eternal. Rabbi and Mrs. Minkowitz have reached a milestone that, for them, is merely a stepping stone to the next level. How can we possibly thank them for all that they have done for Beth Rivkah? By showing them that the highest appreciation is not merely to utter words that we have learned, but to live by them.
So, Rabbi Minkowitz, as you can see, this is an attestation to everything that you have instilled in me. The guidance has given me the drive to be able to create what you're going to see now. I wish you and Mrs. Minkowitz to go from strength to strength in everything that you do. And I wish Beth Rivkah should continue to also go from strength to strength and inspire others like me to be able to achieve what we never thought was possible.
Hi, in Beth Rivkah I learned how to really be a mensch, how to have achdus, ahavas Yisrael, and
the thing that I remember the most about Beth Rivkah is the achdut, and how much we were all so woven together like a sweater or fabric, something that stays together. Or whether it was, benching after we ate, or class, or activities, extracurricular, we were always together, and that was the thing that stayed with me.
I used to feel that Rabbi Minkowitz was against me. I used to feel that he used to wait for me daily, and it would be, okay, what time is Vivian going to come down? Because I was sent down quite often. So I would always think that Rabbi Minkowitz would, be waiting for me. And I think deep inside he would be waiting for me, because he used to like discussing things with me. He used to like the questions I asked, and 9 out of 10 times he would answer them.
May Hashem grant them many more years together in good, robust health. May He continue to bestow upon them the wisdom to illuminate the Jewish neshamas who passed through the doors of Beth Rivkah. Mazel Tov, Rabbi and Mrs. Minkowitz.